Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Noon and happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to a special festive holiday edition of the Lunchbox, coming to you live from our friends at Grampa's Bagel Café and Deli in Dania Beach. We welcome back to the show a banged-up Jeff DeForest. How you doing, Gimpy?
What arcane reference can I use to describe the condition of my walk right now? Chester from Gunsmoke was my go-to for anybody with a limp. Then it became Verbal Kent, Usual Suspects, which I think is probably one that more people would know. But I'm okay. You know what? This was very unusual. I should own a piece of Atlantis if I could find a really shrewd personal injury attorney that also knows nautical international law. I might be able to get a piece of Atlantis, and it would be worth it, Michael.
In 30 seconds or less, and I know you usually take the walk of life. I said this was the walk of strife. You had something go horribly awry, but this was in the blue waters of the Bahamas this week.
You
what
couldn't
exactly
really see
happened?
You know what? And this is crazy, but I hadn't been to Atlantis probably for 12, 15 years or whatever. I was there when it first opened up, I guess, a while back. And I think I might have done the same thing. I walked out into the water, and as I'm walking in, you know how you sometimes you get a little drop off.
Yeah.
You know, you're ankle deep, and all of a sudden you're like waist deep. So as I hit that drop off, what I didn't know, and concealed from anybody that was looking at it from the shore, a giant ledge of just solid, slippery rock.
Razor blades or just rocks? It was like sharp
edge. Like if you drove your car into a wall, that's what it felt like.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
So it catches my toe, kind of trips me up at the same time because, I'm going forward. Fell forward, actually hit my knee and my face also on these same rocks, and then I couldn't get off of them.
Oh, my God.
So, I'm
so you're like flailing around like a beached porpoise or a shot fighter.
If you had a goldfish that turned over in the bowl, I was like one of those things just spinning around and
flopping.
Yeah.
In the
But
bowl.
I mean, obviously in some pain, and then I took a look at my.
Did you get medical treatment, or what happened, or did you immediately?
I didn't seek medical treatment right away, and I will say to people at Atlantis, we're pretty cooperative and very attentive. The next day, when the thing was the size of a bowling pin,
so this is your big toe, as became
big
even
toe,
bigger.
yeah, and it's also been impacted over the years by gout, which I've had various attacks in that area. So I have a giant bunion there that's very sensitive anyway.
This is good lunchtime material, by the way, for everybody eating their lunch.
Well, I mean, the food there was great, if you want to talk about that.
Well, I did want to get into one thing, but all right, the bottom line, though, is you're hobbling around, and I give you credit.
Dedicated enough to come out here.
You came out, and I put up the injury report earlier this morning.
I could have blown it off, yeah.
I was
at
game
time.
I had you as
game
questionable.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that you needed to get some knishes for an important meeting, I upgraded you to probable.
Yeah.
This knish is going to change all of our lives from a business standpoint, I believe. Now, Lubie knows the guy I'm talking about that I'm meeting with, but I believe he's on to something this time, and we will be an important element of what happens, but not necessarily the key element. This is the best way to be in a job. It really
might be
is.
The best knish since the character in Rounders, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
What was that, Totoro?
Yeah.
He was great, by the way, as
Was
knish.
he the one who said that in the Game of Life, women are the rake?
No, that was Ed Norton.
That was Ed Norton.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a tremendous.
I should have that movie memorized.
Knish was the guy that said, as Matt Damon showed up to see if he could get the money that he needed to pay off KGB, and obviously he'd borrowed money off Knish before, John Turturro. He looks at him after he took this beating from the cops, and he says, "What happened to you? You look like Dwayne Bobbitt." one of my favorite lines in any movie, because obviously Bob could a somewhat obscure reference, but it was a Great White Hope at one time. And
Right.
then when he got
Not
up there,
Trevor Burbick, but Dwayne Bob.
Dwayne Bob, when he got up there, I think he was an Olympian, might have been a silver medalist, and beat the usual stiffs on his way up to being like 18-0,
Right.
and then he fought like somebody like Joe Frazier, and then that was the last we heard of him. Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're gonna talk knishes. We're gonna maybe have some latkes because we're gonna be celebrating Hanukkah.
Oh, yeah,
up
those
on
look
Sunday.
great. I saw some coming in.
And yeah, Mark Freed is here. He concluded his golf game. He's going to join us a little bit later in the show. We might or might not have another guest coming on by video or phone.
Is the usual contingent of groupies going to come out to see you here?
I don't know.
They tend to gravitate towards this place for some reason.
Has faded, although, well, first I want to just put a wrapper on the whole Bahamas trip. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you are
Good food
made it
down
out
here.
alive.
Really good food.
And I did see that you posted the conch fritter, which to me is the most useless food. I despise.
You wouldn't think
fritters.
that if you had these. You
Well,
would not think that if you
Wow,
had these.
Nikki Mohan is going to be here.
Wow.
This is so awesome. It's going to
Wonderful.
be just a complete holiday
She's
festival.
part Jewish.
I did not know that.
I don't know.
She keeps kosher
a
anyway.
tribes
Yeah.
person. But okay.
He's making up things
He
again.
does
isn't
that quite often, just
Nikki's
like
Cafe.
Nikitas.
They're still
Well, I mean,
Really
if
doing
you're
still
grandpas,
depressed.
you may as well be part Jewish.
no,
I mean, you got to get
everybody.
into the feel of it.
Everybody's a
You
little
don't have
Jew.
to be Jewish to love Levy's Rye
No.
or love Grandpa's
Or
Cafe.
a Knish,
because-
yeah, for sure.
So okay. I was talking about this in your absence, that after you posted the picture of the supposedly, just transcendent conch fritter in Nassau,
It was great.
Bahamas,
It was
I was
great.
saying, I don't care
How good it
how
is.
good it is, because look, I love
You
Brad,
would like it. A
I
little
love
crunchy.
Brad and
a
Dave.
little
I love
crunchy.
even keel,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the one thing I don't necessarily love at that place is they have that crab and conch fritter, because to me every fritter is just a
No.
fried doughy ball that you get these little bits of. It could be conch,
And the problem
it could
is-
be shrapnel, it could be
It's a fried ball.
toenails.
You had me at fried ball. What are you
That's
talking
the thing.
about?
People
man?
like fried doughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to me it's just like they all taste
It's
the
a
same.
seafood zep.
It could be seasoned.
That's what it really
well.
is.
Yeah.
That's what it
Right, it's a
feels like.
seafood separate.
Like a savory seafood zep.
Remember the first time you had a
honestly.
Zeppelin? Like,
I love
I
that.
love
because
I
Zeppelin.
never
it's
will
a-
forget that. It was almost as good
because
as having
it's
sex
hot
for the
fried
first time.
dough
Yeah, yeah.
And-
that just has powdered sugar.
And you're not fooling
Once you
yourself
try
about
to mess
anything
up the
else.
dough with little bits of what could be seafood or what could be,
Well, it's a different concept.
shells.
Maybe there's not a direct parallel there, Michael.
No.
I
I don't know. I
love when
always-
you get upset with me.
I
That's-
don't like
that's fu-
conch fritters, and it's one of the few foods that I just.
See, I
no
like
matter
them.
how many times I
They're
try
good.
them,
They're spicy. They're crunchy.
See, I don't see. I accept.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that I accept them not because you're going to it for a seafood experience. I go to it for what it is. Like I know it's a little bit of seafood, but it's really about the crunch, the dough, and the flavor.
And the
more than
sauce.
seafood.
And the sauce that
and
you
the
put on
sauce.
it.
It's
man,
only
which is
about
great.
the
Oh,
seafood.
so you dunk it in the sauce, so you mask more of the seafood.
It's
See,
not
I'm
about
a,
the
But
seafood.
these had a genuine conch flavor, and the place was called Goldie's, but I think Goldie's was very much the same. Like you could ask 10 Bahamians which the best restaurant was in this area, where they had a bunch of like sort of seafood
Mom and pop
shacks,
local places. Yep.
and you would get 10 different answers, and none of the people would have been wrong because
That's
they
good.
were
depending
really, really
on
good
whose
quality.
relative is running which shack. That's
Well,
the answer.
there's always a
It's like-
chain of command in the Bahamas. In other words, if I wanted to get, I was talking about this morning. You want to get a cab, but a guy has to go see another guy, and then he goes around the corner and sees another guy. That guy gives him about $10. Then this guy goes around the corner, runs and gets a car. Somebody else, and then you have a big discussion before you get in
At
there.
least that's truly trickle down economics as opposed to here.
Everybody's got a
where
piece.
Everybody talks
Same thing in
about
the restaurants too.
trickle-down.
Same thing in the restaurants.
No, it's funny. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself and that
Really
you found
did,
some
yeah.
good food, and hopefully you'll be on the mend. And I know that you're also nursing a cold, as is my mom's
Very slight,
health aide,
very slight, very
Rosemary.
slight,
So
yeah.
we're going to be loading up on the to-go matzo ball soup quarts at the end of the show today. We'll get some goodies in the middle of the show when Mark comes out. Neki Mohan is on the way, so we're going
Nice.
to turn this into a
Visit
visit
Lauderdale.
This is
Lauderdale
going to be, I
celebration.
believe this is going to be a $500,000 knish for all of us. I really do.
I've been around him
I-
too
I
long.
am
too
You know
long.
what?
convinced.
That's you're giving us a Kenahura, as
Yeah.
my
I'm
grandma.
just
I'm
enjoying
going to
what
give
we're
this to
doing
this
now.
guy.
We'll see
It's
what
going to be
happens
a
going
good luck
All right.
knish, and then we have a meeting afterwards
Better-
with a
you know
guy
what?
that has
I
a lot
better
of
go over
capital.
there and stick a couple of the good ones on the side, because sometimes they sell out.
Is
during
it
the lunch
already
rush.
Hanukkah? No, I mean today.
Yeah, so here
today
we go.
is it?
Starts
Let's,
Sunday.
let's go
Starts
through.
Sunday.
Let's do a reset of the holiday schedule. this Sunday night begins the Festival of Lights, 8 crazy days and nights of Hanukkah. And I got my little menorah here because I am in the festive holiday mood, and we don't want to.
That's not the one you actually use at home, is it?
It's the one I bought my daughter when she was 3 years old. But it used to be when it had batteries, it would light up and play the dreidel song. But
were you any good at spinning the dreidel? And did you gamble with dreidels?
Absolutely, that was my first gambling experience as a kid. And of course, won the first time, hit the big whatever they call it.
You would lose that cream cheese on a
matzah. The gimel or the one with
olive base gimel dollar.
Yeah, so the gimel is where you win the whole pot, right? And I think my first one.
I never knew the rules to it. We just
there's a whole. You win the whole.
What's the one that looks like a W? Which one is it? What letter is that?
That's the Shema or the Shra, whatever they call it.
Israel?
I think that's a spin again. I mean, there's like you win the whole pot, you win half the pot, you go again, and you're a loser. Like you're rolling dice.
I think our special guest, by the way, as you can see here.
Oh, good. We got Ed on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get right
good.
to it because I'm so glad that we're going to welcome him to the pre-holiday Hanukkah / Christmas edition of the Lunchbox. A friend of ours that we got to know and love last year, the defending champion in this year Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine
there with this guy. Come on.
This year it's called the Smithfield Barbecue Battle, but the man who won the belt last year and joining us now on the Lunchbox, we welcome Ed Handsome Devil Randolph, coming to us live from, where are you today, Ed?
Newburgh, New York. Where our weather's not as nice as yours. We got a snowstorm coming on in, so we're just getting the house ready and getting the restaurant ready and everybody ready.
We don't want to get you all jelly or anything, but it's only about 82 degrees, a little bit breezy today out the sunny window here. We're actually coming to you live from one of our sponsors, Grandpa's Deli. It used to be Grandpa's Bakery Diner in Dania Beach in my hometown. They do have brisket here, but not the kind of brisket that you make. How's it going, and are you ready to defend the title?
We are ready to go. As I say, we are the undisputed, undefeated champions. So we're coming back to winning again. And especially with the snow coming down here, you don't have to twist my arm too much to ask me to come to Fort Lauderdale in January. So it's money already.
Great. Now, Phil and Kate, they've assembled a killer lineup, not just of more events and more dinners, but more competitors to try to take that belt away from you. Just first of all, tell us a little bit about your background and history, because I didn't realize that you were kind of a amateur smoker, and then you actually didn't start the business Handsome Devil Barbecue until just like in the middle of the pandemic, or what was that?
No, our restaurant opened. Handsome Devil Barbecue's been going on for about 10 or 12 years now.
Okay. I read I got a newspaper clip that was completely wrong. So
it's partially right. So we decided to open up our brick and mortar restaurant right in the middle of the pandemic. So literally, I think we closed on the building to purchase it on March 17th, and I think the world came to an end on like March 18th in 2020. So perfect timing we had. But I grew up on a farm up here in New York, a little farming family, and always liked to cook. Always got to see my grandma and mom cook, and I just was always attracted to grilling as I got older, cooking over an open flame. No disrespect to our sushi friends and our pizza friends that make a bunch of great food. But in the world of barbecue, every day my cook is different. I've got different wood to cook with. I got a different meat. I've got different temperatures. I got different weather. So it's a challenge. And every day is a competition for us. It's important at the restaurant if I'm making, 24 briskets. If you guys come to visit, you don't know if you get a slice out of number 1 or out of number 24.
So now this competition, obviously there's a lot of great, barbecue smokers, people around down here. There's some new competition coming in this year. A guy named Raheem, who opened up a place called Drinking Pig Barbecue that I'm very fond of. And I don't know if you know Raheem. He used to work at Q Restaurant, which is one of the top spots in Wynwood. He's going to be taking part, and a bunch of other newcomers. But is there any pressure? I mean, obviously you're undefeated, but does it mean something to you to these competitions? Are you a competitive guy?
I'm a very competitive guy, but competitions like this are a little different than some of the other ones we do. We compete anywhere between 15 to 20 times a year, doing your larger KCBS state barbecue championships. Proud of our team. We hold the titles in 6 states we've had at any given time. But this event here is special for us because you're really starting to see how barbecue is no longer just that historical backwoods type of barbecue. You know, it's not everything has to be just salt and pepper. You really start to see everybody using their local cultural and environment and the community kind of flavors everybody's used to kind of and put that on the flavor of barbecue and put a little twist on it. So I like coming to these kind of competitions because I get to see some new stuff, to see how chefs view things different ways and prepare and treat it. This year we have a great deal. We have Smithfield coming on board. We also have Jess Browse coming in from the Hardcore Carnivore. She does a lot of work in Texas A&M. I know has her come in there as a teacher to teach brisket and teach barbecue. So she's a traditionalist. But one thing that every chef should need to know is you better cook your meat right, because if not, Jess will let you know that you did it wrong.
So are you sick of these Texas guys and all talking and yapping and Austin this and or is there friendliness between the North and the South
I can tell you, in the barbecue world, we have what we call our barbecue family. I got as many friends in Austin, Texas, and in Houston, in Dallas that I do here in New York. We're all family, and at any time that we need anything, we're always there to help each other out. A couple months ago, we did an event in Dallas, and we had local guys. I think it was Barbecue showed up with some rigs for us. We really was no questions asked. Whatever we needed, they would show up with equipment, product, and it's kind of going to like your family's house, right? All of a sudden you call up, tell your aunt and uncle you're coming into town, and they'll keep the oven warm for you.
Nice.
The presentation last year was incredible, and I thought you were going to win in the runaway because Mayo was back there like 3-4 times. And he barely brushed against the other places once he tasted your dish. What was that you made, and is that one of your specialties, or are you going to come up with something new this year?
Last year we made our regular pastrami. We served a pastrami slider, and we also had banana pudding that we did a little dessert. We never want to bring the same thing twice, so we're going to do a little variety, a little change this year. We might see some beef ribs coming along the play. We like to take those beef ribs, and then we can use the bones to make a Jenga tower and give everybody something to do while they're waiting for some other food. But we'll keep everybody on their toes. Don't want to let the cat out right yet while we're making.
All right, it's got to stay a state
secret. See, now we're degenerate gamblers. We would tend to stick with a winner. I mean,
he is the morning line favorite, defending champion.
3-5, I had him.
I had him about 8-5, but we'll see. There's some good competition. No, but you are favored again, and we're talking with Ed Randolph of Handsome Devil Barbecue out of Newburgh, New York, who will be down taking part in this year's Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. And again, everybody, you should want to get tickets to this event. All the events are great. And you go to vlfoodwine.com. That's VL, like Visit LauderdaleFoodWine.com to get your tickets. Put in the promo code Lunchbox to get an additional 15% off the already low prices to the Smithfield Barbecue Battle, which is going to be taking place on Friday night, the 13th. I hope you're not superstitious. January 13th, Friday night at the Hyatt Centric Hotel in downtown Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful setup there around the pool, and usually the weather is gorgeous. And there'll be all kinds of good smoke wafting through the air. And last year you had me at pastrami. I mean, you see that one of my sponsors
had that great location too. As soon as you got in there, and the line was backed up at your position, and a couple of the other places were popular also, but far and away a runaway in terms of the popularity of what you were serving there that night, and you hit it right away.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff.
Get that same spot again. So
we'll try. Well, we appreciate the kind words. Everybody did a great job that night. Just the barbecue gods were looking down upon us, and again, we couldn't do it with all the help of everybody down there, especially the hotel. Their kitchen staff was great. I mean, whatever we needed, they were there to help us out. So it means a lot for us to be able to come into town and be welcomed by everybody.
And it's a great night. It's a reasonable ticket, and you got all the good kind of sips and bites. You've got wine and some of the spirits from our friends Sam and Kashal from Primo Liquors are taking part, I think, again. And so it's just a great time. Go to vlfoodwine.com, and there's all the other events, but the one you really want to get to if you are into if you're a carnivore. Vegans, vegetarians, maybe I wouldn't recommend this event, but if you love delicious meat and smoked goods, Ed Randolph is the man. Lubie,
before we let you go, I have to ask you, because I'm a big barbecue fan, but I have done my travels and I have found, be it Texas, when you're in the Missouri area, the deep South, Northeast, there are many different flavors of barbecue. And then on top of that, within it, people are very interesting when it comes to putting sauce on or not on the actual meat itself. I want to ask you in both of those. You're coming from New York. When you go to New York, people usually frown on barbecue out in New York. When you're around your brethren, what is the reaction when you say you're in New York doing and what turns out to be award-winning barbecue? And what are your thoughts on sauce on or off the meat?
Well, first I can tell you, usually we roll into Texas. If we go to Austin, we tell them we're from New York. Everybody's like, great, the pizza guy's here. And we have to be like, no, sorry. They're like, bagels? We're like, no, we're actually doing barbecue. So there is a little bit of that you have to really get out of people's minds that, you know what, there's some good chefs everywhere, some good pit masters everywhere that can do it. So thankfully our food kind of backs up our kind of mantra and our feeling, that our bravado that we walk in with that swagger to say, yes, our food can run. As far as the sauce on or off, I always serve everything dry. And give it to the option of whoever wants it. Do you want sauce or not? Because a lot of people do or don't. I can tell you right now, our sauce was rated the 2021 Food Network Sauce of the Summer. So I'm not going to say don't go sauce because we have a very good sauce. But it's a preference. I think really if you cook a meat right, if you cook a protein right, you should enjoy it without it. But I'll tell you right now, our chicken is phenomenal with our white sauce on it. Turkey's great with it as well. So you need to. It's got to be there. It shouldn't be something that dominates the meat, but it has to be there with it.
Sauce on the side. That's what I always say. That's my mantra. My last name is Mayo, and I always say Mayo on the side and sauce on the side. You take the bite of the meat itself in its pristine form when it's dry rubbed, but it doesn't come out dry like my grandmother's. And I guess her recipe for barbecue wasn't barbecue brisket, it was just brisket. It's just stick it in an oven, forget that it's there. Comes out 5-8 hours later like a brick. But yours comes out juicy. Obviously, a master of the low and slow. What kind of wood do you use up there in New York? Is it? We have
a lot of oak up here. So red oak. I mean, I know you always hear people in Texas talk about this white post oak. Everybody is, and that's the allure that you have to cook with. Listen, I could get white post oak. It's going to cost me $1,000 to get it trucked up from Texas. Right out my window here, if I could open up the shades, you'd see I got an apple orchard behind me. So we have a ton of abundance of oak, apple, cherry. So anything I'm doing with beef, always will get that oak. You want to get your pork to get a fruit wood, and anything that you ever do with seafood or chicken, they're a sponge for smoke. So you really want to go light. So find your cherry, find your apple. Don't go too heavy on it because that's all of a sudden when something tastes like a piece of charcoal that your people aren't going to like your barbecue.
Now you mentioned regional ingredients and using some of them of what's local. Like down here now, we got some guys that are using the guavas on the on their rubs and bastes. What do you use up there? Like the Sabret's mustard that you get from the hot dog cart, or no? Put it on with a little stick.
Up here you find out that the flavor profile is a little bit sweeter. So you want to actually make sure whenever you're making your sauces, maybe instead of white vinegar, you go a little apple cider vinegar or something that can get a little sweeter note in it. Actually, one of our barbecue sauces has a pomegranate molasses in it, so it adds a sweetness and a tartness in it as well. Nice. But our restaurant is a traditional kind of Central Texas barbecue style joint. You walk in, see this cutter at the line, order your meat by the pound, half pound, and then work your way down the line. And everything we make is in-house, man. Everything's homemade. You'll never find anything that comes out, from the collard greens to the sweet tea. We make it all.
Nice.
So looking forward to it. So the beef ribs, it's like the Brontosaurus beef ribs, like those big boys, or you got like little guys too?
I like the bigger ones. This year we do have a meat sponsor for us. So I'll find out when I roll into town on that Monday or Tuesday. It's pretty much like an episode of Chop. I open up the basket and see what's inside, and then there we go. We're cooking that this week.
Now, speaking of Food Network and Chop, did you want an episode of Chopped, or which?
I did. I was lucky enough to go on an episode, Grills On, Games On. It's called about 2 years ago, and again went against some very, very talented chefs, which was the biggest fear of mine because I grew up learning from my grandmother and my mother. I didn't go to culinary school or anything, but the barbecue gods were looking upon me. We just had to cook the proteins and use our grills only, and I did pretty well.
Nice. Who was in the judging panel?
We had Manit, we had Amanda Freitag, and then they had Big Mo Cason. If you know Mo Cason, he's a big barbecue guy, national kind of personality based out of Des Moines, Iowa.
Nice. So you're just racking up the honors, and it's great. Hey, Ed, I really appreciate you stopping by today. Again, Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival is going to be taking place right after the holidays. It's the week of January 9th through the 15th, and the big Smithfield Barbecue Battle And Ed Randolph is defending his belt.
The reigning
Do you
champion.
have the belt
reigning
mounted
champion.
somewhere? What did
The
you do with
champ
it?
is
We actually have it mounted up at the restaurant, so it serves. It's right above our merch wall, and there's oftentimes we see customers trying to grab it off the wall, that we have to yell at them not to touch the belt. But we're very proud of the belt. All my other competitors let them know I'm not giving the belt up. So do your homework. We're coming to compete to win again, and let's go.
All right, I think I'm dropping the odds I'm down to even money at this point.
Last year, you were one of the judges. I don't know if you had a chance to see the other judges' scorecards, but even Harold Letterman had this, 120 in favor of.
That's an honor.
It was good stuff. And,
Yeah.
the last year was a little bit challenging because we got hit with that COVID wave right before. I know a bunch of competitors and other restaurants that wanted to participate in the grand tasting got knocked out. But this year, everybody's going to be at full strength, which is the way that you want to go into a competition. Everybody, in order to be the best, you want to beat the best. And South Florida is going to be serving up the best barbecue around, including Ed Randolph's coming in
Curious
from out of
though,
town.
your place of business in Newburgh. What kind of operation is it? Because we have all kinds of different barbecue places. Guys are selling barbecue at gas stations. They have fancy places as well. What kind of operation are you running?
This is a standalone operation. We have a 5,000 square foot barbecue joint. There used to be an old MRI building that we just gutted out completely. And we kind of threw a few smokers inside. We got a smoking pit outside, Santa Maria grill in there, so you can come in and watch us finish off everything right on the Santa Maria in front of you. We also have 7 trailers, 3 trucks. Now we travel from Vermont down to South Beach, as far west as Dallas and Denver. So you'll find us everywhere.
Oh,
Nice.
Excellent. All right, Ed, we're going to let you go. We thank you for your time. We'll see you on the 13th of January.
Champion of the world.
Smithfield Barbecue Battle, VLFoodWine.com. Get your tickets now. Use that Lunchbox promo code to get extra savings. It's going to make a great stocking stuffer. And his barbecue makes a good stomach stuffer. For
Mayo, he really was exhibiting criminal activity that day because the judges are supposed to be unbiased. He had like 6 of this, portion of the pastrami he was making. It really was good. I remember it, and I think it stood out from, some very, very good entries. I mean, it's not like the other guys were slouches there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think of Newburgh, New York.
Here.
Oh,
Just in time, as I was about to do
man.
the Visit Lauderdale live read, and we just did a segment with the defending barbecue battle champion and the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Ed Randolph just joined us, and now Neki Mohan is here. A surprise pre-Hanukkah, pre-holiday visit.
And very appropriate, coming back with my island vibe, even though I came back as a half a cripple.
Did you know he was just in the Bahamas and he
Really?
almost shredded
we were
his
at
foot right
Atlantis.
off?
Did they chase you out with the FTX guy?
He got arrested while we were down there. So
Were you extradited as well?
no, but I never understood that stuff, so it doesn't surprise me that
I don't
8
think
billion
a lot
went
of
up in
people
smoke.
did. I don't think a
It was
lot
like,
of
what am I buying if I buy this? Well, we don't know. It's distrusted. That's not really my game.
The
But
finest.
some great food down there. Peas and rice. What's your
yes, they do.
take
Okay,
on
so
that?
I normally go to the fish fry. Where
Yeah.
were you? Where were you? Nassau?
Nassau, and that's where we went. There were like maybe a dozen, maybe more places that were all sort of similar, featuring a lot of conch and that
Well,
sort
let
of
me
thing.
ask you this, Nikki, because he was raving about a conch fritter that I had. Given a choice of like cracked conch salad, or conch fritter, which are you choosing?
I mean, I love a fritter.
Can you go
don't get
2
me
out of 3?
wrong.
You got to go 2 out of 3. Conch salad and the fritters.
Yeah, that's a hard one to go with, but I think I would go probably with cracked conch.
That
Yeah.
to me is
I
the
would think I would go
purest
with cracked
essence of.
See, I'm a conch
Yeah.
salad guy. I love a great conch
Have you ever
salad.
you've been to the Turks and Caicos?
No, I have
Okay,
not.
so you definitely should go to the Turks and Caicos, but there's I don't think there's any traffic lights in Provinciales.
That's the way
So-
most South Floridians drive. Like there's no
Yeah,
traffic
so it'd be
lights.
fine. You'd feel normal. But
Yeah.
when you land there, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but there's a restaurant right past when you leave the airport. And when you go sit there, and sometimes when high tide is in, you'll get wet. But the guy is in the water pulling out the conch.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you can see him do it.
Well, it's
and
like
they
that
serve
conch
it
shack.
fresh.
It's somewhere in Nassau where it's
Yeah,
right on the
yeah,
beach there,
it's
and it's been there
nice.
forever, and
It's
everybody
nice.
goes there.
I mean,
It's
I
great.
go, we stop at Nassau frequently because a lot of cruises we go
Yeah.
to stop there. And my daughter, of course, loves the Atlantis, all she likes the shark. Anything that looks like
it
it
was
can
a
kill
trip.
her.
It was great.
She loves doing it.
Yeah.
But I like going to the out islands. I remember a lot of times when I would travel on hurricanes or whatever, we just catch short flights to Long Island, Cat Island, and so beautiful.
Nice.
No, really a great
So
spot.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And
But I
Eleuthera.
dug the
But you
food.
know
I
what
You
really
else
haven't
did.
is-
been to Eleuthera. You definitely need to go to Eleuthera.
I've been to Exuma and Nassau and Freeport. That would be it.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all those islands and cruises are fine, but my place to go is right down the beach here. I love just hanging out
Yes.
at Hollywood Beach because part of Visit Lauderdale and the beauty of Broward County is just
Yes.
all our beaches
And-
here.
and
Who
the-
needs to
and-
go
and
shred
Bah-
your foot on a
but
sharp
a lot
rock?
of Bahamians vacation here.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they come here right. They're here right now, shopping in all our malls.
No, they buy a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
People were bringing like cases. I thought there were dead bodies in some of
My
these
dear,
bags. that they- It was amazing.
Oh
of
my
stuff
goodness!
back. Yeah.
Well, you know, we get the greatest stories out of Fort Lauderdale
Oh
Airport
my
sometimes
God! And
during the
Customs
holidays.
was just waving everybody through. Okay, no problem.
The
Mo.
basis of the
Hey,
movie Three Heads in a Duffel Bag or something.
But my
Or-
good girlfriend Liz Caldwell, who's a Fort Lauderdale realtor, has a home in Eleuthera, and they come and they ship all the Amazon to her house. So if I go by her house right now, it's probably barricaded in with Amazon boxes because half of
Has
Eleuthera
that cut
is
into
coming here to pick it up.
she comes here? Okay, 'cause
They come here from
it-
Eleuthera to pick it up.
used to be, anytime you got to Sawgrass Mills, it was like half of South America and half of the
Yeah.
Bahamas, or
Well,
just loading up
my
on Christmas.
my cousin just came from Trinidad, and I didn't see her because the morning she took a Uber out to Sawgrass, and she came home by 11 o'clock at night. She shut it down.
That's it. And me and Lubie were talking the other day about it. Just seems like people are out and about in malls again, and the whole virtual shopping during the pandemic. I think people would just want to be around other people again and have that kind of experience.
It's whatever's your tradition. Like I texted a girlfriend this morning, and she's like texting me a picture from New York. Everybody goes up. They have that Rockefeller Center picture or the Radio City Music Hall picture. I want to be here.
Oh, I love being. And speaking of traditions here, I mean, were you out at the big boat parade last Saturday,
A lot of us went to it. I went to the Winterfest ball this year. I did
Oh,
not
nice.
go to the birth parade because I had a birthday party.
Okay.
But a lot of my team did. It was
Well,
great.
I was supposed to meet Defo at his friend
He
has
got
a.
trashed at a previous party though, and was a
well,
scratch.
that's the danger
Yeah.
of the holidays.
Yeah.
Is
I was
you
at-
may
with his
promise
daughter,
to
no
be
less.
there.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can drive.
She could have drove
Yeah.
up to Defo. She actually volunteered at one point.
That's the whole
go
point
up-
of making it to teenagerhood where they can drive.
Yeah.
Okay, if they can't drive you when they need to, then what's the point?
We were at
They're
this
useless.
afternoon bake fest party. I mean, cookies and cakes
You got
and
Yeah.
things like that.
Well-
and somebody made like this homemade moonshine with like pineapple juice
Oh.
and some other guava juice. And next thing you know, it was an
Yeah, that's
Everclear
dangerous.
alcohol.
Think about
That's
this.
dangerous.
And we were watching
Sophisticated
England and
food
France.
critic from the
Yeah,
Sun
don't
Channel
out them
drinking
because
moonshine.
technically that might be illegal. As long as I guess it's legal as long as you're not selling it, right?
No,
Yeah.
we would just
As long as you're not
drinking it.
paying the taxes.
No, and next thing I know, I'm face down on the couch after the England-France game.
He
Ah.
was straining Aquavelva through bread at one
Listen,
point.
you know what's going
Yeah.
on this weekend here?
Yeah, go ahead.
High
tell
school
me.
football
Woohoo.
at Dry Pink
State-
Stadium.
State title game.
Okay, so tomorrow night, Heritage versus Miami Central.
It's a big,
I'm
that
going
your
for
game?
Central.
big South Florida
He has to
rivalry.
root for Heritage because
My
he gives them a
daughter
check
is
every month.
Daughter is a varsity
Cheerleader.
cheerleader, and she's pumped. She's just jacked to get in front of a big
Well,
crowd
good.
in a championship game. And for a lot of her friends who are seniors on both the football team and the cheerleading squad, it's the finale, win or lose, and I'm jacked about it. It's good.
I will be there.
Yeah. Hey, we
will
got to
be.
take a break
Break.
for some words, and we'll be back with Nicky Lauderdale, and then we'll get in Mark Freed, and we'll eat some potato latkes.
Wow.
Yeah, where's the
and get
food?
Oh,
juice,
yeah, I
and,
mean,
we'll-
starving.
we'll
table's
get-
a little barren here.
well,
starving.
it
by our
was-
usual
I only
standards.
come for the food.
we got distracted. We'll be back after these words on the lunchbox to start eating.
Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Café in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally, and they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. And there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent.
Okay, I'm
It
getting
is
excited.
It is a fast-paced show, and as you can see, we have people coming and going. We talked to Ed Randolph of about the barbecue battle coming up. We got Neki Mohan and Visit Lauderdale here, and we're having a pre-Hanukkah, pre-holiday celebration. You see, I got my menorah, I got my little just to keep things equal. Oh, on the scoop,
what day we lighting up?
And we have
Sunday night.
We have Mark
Sunday
Freed here, the co-owner, proprietor of Grandpa's Cafe Bagel Deli in Dania Beach, fresh off the golf course, which is just bringing home that whole greater Fort Lauderdale lifestyle, because we love playing our golf in December while our friends up in the Northeast are getting prepared for a blizzard.
There's a blizzard up there, and it's like, we want to be nice because we know we're so connected to the Northeast.
We want to rub it in.
But it's like we want to run a lot of ads on New York television right now. We want to buy a lot of commercials on New York television, the Visit Lauderdale commercials. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
Come see us here.
It's
you're a natural, I see.
Oh, she used to be on TV.
I'm impressed.
Remember, she was weekend anchor, Channel 10 for a long time. A seasoned broadcast professional, as opposed to me. I'm just a
He's just seasoned. He's just seasoned.
Yeah, I'm well seasoned.
Over-seasoned, right?
Sometimes overserved, sometimes
He's still looking for the seasons in Florida. He's not getting them, though.
Hey, so what's going on with Hanukkah, Mark? You got packages and catering deals.
Blue and whites instead of black and whites.
Right. We're going to see some of those cookies.
Yeah, bring them out here.
Famous black and white cookies turned blue and white during the Hanukkah
that's amazing.
celebration. Again, the
I'm
first
to take
night.
Some back to the office.
A couple of the other muffins have dreadles on the top.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
All
so
right.
they're
I'm
in
gonna drop
the
some money
holiday
in here,
spirit.
aren't I?
here at Grandpa's, and I guess
Yelling at them.
all right. So we got to have a little. Somebody asked this morning about where you get good potato pancakes, potato latkes for the holidays. I haven't had yours yet, so I will. I'm looking forward to getting them. All I said was that in the past I've judged competitions before you guys were opened of some of the other places around town at a couple of. They had a latkes competition, and I just was never that impressed with any of
Mayo's
the.
usually not that rough, and when I read him up there, he said he hasn't had a good one yet. I don't know.
Well, and you know what? It's because
Thank
one of
you.
those things. It's a holiday tradition.
He's getting
And here we go.
irritable.
We got
gotta
the food
feed him because he's
dropping
getting
in.
irritable over here.
Getting a little hangry.
Yeah,
We've got a
that's
matzo ball soup for Nikki. We've got the beautiful holiday
white.
Blue and
decorated
white.
cookies. I can hold this up instead of a black and white cookie, as one of the famous. We've got the blue and white cookie for Hanukkah, along with a nicely decorated dreidel cupcake here for anybody. Come on out to Grandpa's. It's just south of Dania Beach Boulevard, right off of US 1 here in Dania Beach, and you could get all this great stuff. All right, I'm going to dive into the potato latkes.
You're going
And
to
it looks
go
like
by hand, or
halfway-
you want a fork? What do you think?
No, I'm
Hold on.
are you kidding me? I go with my hands. It looks like it's properly grated,
Let's see.
and I go with the.
Gina.
I'm going in.
Gina.
Uh-oh. He wants me to be a human being and eat with a
Yes,
fork.
he
and
wants
knife.
he wants to entertain you properly.
I don't want people to think watching this
that
show
this is
that
what-
we don't give silverware.
That's right.
No,
That's
but-
right. The man is proud of his hospitality.
good.
John, can I have silverware, please?
That's a good latke because it's properly.
Toasty?
Sometimes it's too
Let
highly
me see if he's-
processed.
Let me see if he's telling the truth.
What's
and
matzah made out
it's
of?
good. Matzah is made out of. It's like a
Unleavened
just
bread.
It's unleavened wheat.
Right.
It's just a wheat thing.
Right.
Um,
And then they boil it like a dumpling.
So potato latkes. Oh, matzo ball is like matzo meal.
Oh, it's matzah meal.
Matzo
Okay.
meal that they make into a nice little dumpling
Thank
ball.
you, John.
And but the
You have
potato
to try this,
potato
Wow.
pancakes, which is a traditional
but you have to use your
Hanukkah
hands.
treat, because it represents the oil that lit the
lanterns.
menorah at the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. They thought they only had enough oil to last one
One
day, and it
And
lasted
lasted
8
Wow.
days. Hence, we get the Hanukkah menorah for 8 nights.
I'm just glad I made it to this
And we
because I'm learning a lot today.
and we fried the latkes in oil because that
Right.
represents the oil that was used in the original menorah. Now, Nikki is going in properly using a fork and knife. My holiday tradition, like my grandma.
I followed you.
So what's up with the
I've
applesauce?
been following you the whole way, Mike, from day one.
Why the applesauce?
Sweet.
So
Is it sweet?
the applesauce you dip for sweetness,
Okay.
and the sour cream for hardening the arteries. No, because it's delicious. I love sour cream. And I made them every year. Well, I make them every year down here. I get a sack, a 5-pound bag of potatoes. I get, I start grating. You do a
That's
little
nice.
potato and onion, a little bit of knuckle sometimes
Yeah.
get in
You
there.
know, you have a lot of free time. You know what I mean? So not everybody has the free time. So come on in and buy them here.
Yeah, come on, buy them here. It's
And if I don't have any left, I'll send you to Mike Mayo's house. Don't worry about it.
no, you want to come in here. Actually, this is a very good.
That's
All
very
so
good.
I'm going to amend my previous statement, and now I have actually tasted a
I'm going to
delicious
share it with you again.
store-bought.
I liked it.
Every culture
Break
has
this one. This one's
every
really nice.
culture has a version of this. Because
Yes.
if you put some codfish in this,
Okay.
this is a codfish fritter in my culture.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you
and,
put some conch in it, and this is conch fritters.
do you eat it by hand or by fork and knife?
Eat them by hand.
It's always a hand
They're
food.
nice.
Yeah, and it's good. So all right, I stand corrected. And so people, if you want to get your potato
What'd you
latkes
get? A
fix
lox
in,
today?
huh? No, that's for Lubie.
That's for the producer.
Lubie got to get one. He
I would have got
wanted.
your real locks.
No, he wanted the lock spread. Lubie's
Okay.
easy. It's all good.
No.
But yeah, we're here at again.
Mark, how
Grandpa's.
long? So how do you prepare for this week? Because this is a big week for you.
We just prepare ahead of time, and then as we get closer, we just full speed ahead. Everybody's working. When we need it, we make more.
Was anything hard to get because of
No.
all the different issues? No.
Somehow,
Expensive.
some way, yes.
Expensive.
Yeah. I don't know if it's ever going to come back down. It's tough out there.
I know.
I'm going to put a big order in now for the weekend, but
Well, the potatoes at least seem reasonably priced still, so that's
they're
good.
not. They're
They're
high.
not? No?
Potatoes
Oh,
high.
okay. Everything
We buy
is
a
high.
lot of potatoes.
Yeah, you're buying 2 potatoes. He's buying like 2,000. There's a difference.
and now the lettuce is the romaine is coming down a little bit, but the other one,
But we know that
thank
eggs are
God,
sky
thank
high.
God I buy it from a guy who has a contract, so I pay a lot less. I pay half 'Cause I went from 40 to 110, $115 a case. It's crazy.
So what else? Do you guys put together packages for Hanukkah or just
Yeah,
whatever
well,
people want
When
to
they
do?
walk in, they go see Clive, and they get whatever they want.
And is there online ordering or just best
You
to
could
call
just come
in?
in and call Clive.
All
It's
right,
the
so
best way.
come in, call Clive. He's
So
the
good.
manager of the front, the whole deli counter, and
He's
he
the
will
man.
he will take great care of you. Longtime deli
I mean, he
veteran.
worked at Sage for 22 years.
He worked at Sage Deli down in Hallandale
Yeah,
Beach,
and I was very happy to get him.
and he is one of the best in the business. And he will, he's a good veteran. So New Year's, I know we're going
Gotta hit
beyond
Christmas first.
We
I
got to
know,
do
right?
Hanukkah, Christmas, New
I like
Year's.
to see it going back.
Yeah,
That's
she's
good for
going
me.
Oh,
back.
an eater.
Good.
I come here hungry. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Good.
the only reason I come on this show
And I
is
gotta
because
get you a little
they feed,
Nova because the Nova's off the chart.
they
All right,
feed me.
we'll give
I'm gonna
her.
get a
Do
little-
you like
I'm gonna
smoked
get a little
salmon?
Nova.
You like?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
I
we're
do.
gonna
With
get you
what
a
kind
little,
of cream cheese?
a little
Plain?
lox,
Yeah.
a little
That's the
cream
best.
cheese. We're gonna
Plain
give
or
her.
chive.
This is Nikki's first visit to Grandpa
Yes.
and Grandpa's, and
I've
we
been
got
asking-
I know. I'm here.
and
Thank
and we
God.
deliver on the lunchbox. Hey, I think we got to take one more break. Is that correct, Lubie? And
Here's your
yeah,
bagel.
we'll be back to
We'll be back with Nova.
and again, now I stand corrected, everybody. I'm going to put it and shout it from the rooftops to get your good potato pancakes. Grandpa's Bakery, Cafe, and Deli.
I don't know. Would you like some Nova also while I'm getting?
You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
We're so busy eating.
Oh man, we got distracted. The show started really focused, and then all hell broke loose. But what a holiday celebration we are at Grandpa's. We eat
learning so
potato
much.
latkes. We've got Nikki Mohan visit Lauderdale here.
Nikki creates chaos.
we-
Just the excitement factor
And
that
I
she
love,
generates.
I
Yeah.
love having her on the
Yeah.
show because she's not
She's a
afraid to eat,
professional.
and she's
A
like
big
me.
difference, the departure.
She likes to enjoy the diversity of
So,
Broward
what did
County.
you do with this so far?
Well,
Anything?
so far it's good. I mean,
Yeah.
because
I grew up in a place where we literally celebrate every religious holiday
I'm with you.
as a
Yeah.
day off,
Oh, nice.
And what do? You go to your friend's house and you eat their food.
I like it.
I go everywhere and eat food. I mean, I
Right.
go to restaurants, diners, and drive-ins and dives.
But I think
and
people like
Where do you go? Are you applesauce or sour cream?
I'm a total sour cream guy.
All right.
But sometimes I'll have the
Is it
applesauce.
necessary, or because this is kind of a fritter type of
It's
thing?
a fritter thing without
Like
the
mayo?
conch.
put a little conch in there and you're good.
No, but it's
Yeah.
potatoes. It's
Yeah.
fried potatoes, which is better than just the fried dough. And I definitely go sour cream, but you do what you want. And I got to
I'm going
just
plain.
give the kind word. I got to do the official live read of Greater Fort Lauderdale welcomes everyone under the sun. And because there's so much diversity, including the great Hanukkah celebrations. And next week we might be doing an Argentine celebration, hopefully, if Messi and company wins. And what do you think about Messi possibly coming here to play for Inter Miami in Fort Lauderdale next
That's
year?
insane.
This was the rumor before the World Cup.
Really?
I can't imagine it happening. I mean, it might still happen after the World Cup if he doesn't sign with any other major league or major team. Maybe Beckham is swaying him with the promise of
We
a nice
would love-
lifestyle.
listen, I'm in
South
tourism.
Florida. Yeah,
I'm in tourism. And they got to be a dry pink for how much longer?
yeah. I think a couple of years, right?
bring Messi to South Florida.
Can you imagine
Right?
him on Commercial Boulevard?
Where would he like to live?
And I sent you the picture
We
of
need to get him like a Ritz-Carlton residence. Or
he was
something.
he was on Las Olas Boulevard when the team played a friendly match before the World Cup at Hard Rock Stadium. They stayed right here next to the airport at the Meridian Hotel, renovated, and then they celebrated their victory before the World Cup at this Barry's Grill on Las Olas, and met the manager the other day, and he showed me, he whipped out his phone and had the picture of him standing next to Messi, and hopefully we'll get in there next week, and hopefully it'll be a winning celebration.
I will guarantee you Argentina wins. I believe that the World Cup is fixed this year. And everybody's emphasis is to get Messi a title.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
some of the
seems like a
calls that
nice
are being
guy.
made
I mean,
there.
but he's the perfect story, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
leave home so that he can play professional soccer.
Right.
Comes back, plays for the home team. No matter how many other victories he's had, to be loved by your home country.
But he's
You
got
know?
a little Marino syndrome. And Mike would be quick to point this out. Like we meet Danny at a banquet, and Mike goes, "You know what, Dan? You never won a championship."
No, I didn't say that, but I heard a good zinger this week. You know what?
That's
When
terrible.
I was at the Visit
That's what he said to
Lauderdale
Messi when he saw
Food
him
and Wine
on Las
Festival,
Olas.
had a preview dinner, and I was the chef who was preparing all the food, a guy named Chris Miracolo, who's the corporate chef for the restaurant people, talked about how he served Marino one time, and he was kind of mad at Marino because one time he met him with his kid, and Marino wasn't in the best of mood and didn't want to sign an autograph. And one time, like Marino talked about, he met him again, and he said, "What's your name again?" And he goes, "I'm Dan Marino." He goes, "Yeah, it doesn't have a ring to it."
Oh, wow.
God,
That's terrible.
That's awful. Mike.
And I can't believe
Stooping-
that Marino did
stooping at
Having
his
seen
level.
Marino, and one time I'm doing a TV show at night in the middle of this warehouse district wherever Channel 33 was, okay? Nobody could find his place, even if you had worked there, 20
Oh, this is
weeks
on
in a row.
Lincoln Road when they had that studio?
No, this was in the
west.
middle of like
Doral,
Miami
right?
Lakes area
Oh.
off of
okay.
the Palmetto. And you
Uh-oh.
really
We
you
got
had to go
Freed
out
and
of your way to
Walks.
find him. So we come outside. Nobody knew that Marino was going to be on the show. It was a live show. We come outside. Literally, there were 3,000 people waiting to get this guy's autograph at 11 o'clock at night. So, I mean, I could see where the guy after a
Oh,
while.
no.
you know,
You
it
get
would
there's good days and
so
bad
annoying,
days. I don't
yeah.
begrudge him anything.
Uh-oh.
Mark Freed, thank you for the Nova. Nikki, what's
Thank
your
you
review
so
of the
much.
matzo ball soup? What do you think?
It's excellent.
Yeah.
They
Excellent.
make
It's
beautiful
really great
house-made
soup.
broth.
I'm going to take some back to my work.
Latkes is great, man.
Is your matzo ball?
Yeah.
You like it? It's fluffy.
it's amazing.
It's good. Okay, because we like a good fluffy matzo ball, and we've got.
Now, what are you going to do with all
He's
this
got-
Nova? Are you going to pile it onto a
I'll
bagel?
Put it
probably
on
just
a
eat it.
sesame or a
Because
plain.
you haven't taken
Oh,
your,
you know
your
what I
thoroughly
do?
disgusting bite
Did
of
you use
food yet
this?
on the
Did
show.
you use the fork? 'Cause-
I did not. No.
Okay, because this is one of the things I do, which I guess it's like putting liver on chopped turkey.
Yeah.
No.
Chopped liver on turkey.
Look at this bagel,
Okay,
man.
oh,
That
watch
looks
out.
great.
That's right out of the
That's a
oven.
sexy
Okay.
bagel.
Okay, she's gonna
I
burn herself.
might have to.
No, but what
get
I
in
do
on
with
that,
my
yeah.
latkes, do you ever do this, Freed? I put Nova on my potato latkes. Never did it in my life.
Ooh,
Is this a
it is hot.
shonda?
Oh, wow.
Is this a shonda? And then I put a little creme fraiche
Oh my God,
on top.
he's crazy, Nicky. I mean,
he
you've eaten
loves
with
his
him before.
food.
Yeah,
He loves his food.
he
Oh,
really
my God,
does.
it's
Look at
hot.
this. I mean,
I was just going to put it in a napkin.
did you see Conan the Barbarian? Did he eat like this
Listen,
in the food scenes? I mean,
Oh man.
I think food should be enjoyed.
yeah.
I would never trust a skinny food critic.
No, that's true.
And
Oh, it's all good.
I just, it's to be enjoyed.
Yeah,
Hey, and so Greater Fort Lauderdale Diversity. Go to visitlauderdale.com.
that was your commercial.
Yeah, that was the commercial.
nice.
It was
All
like
right.
we have to get it in.
Oh, look at his
Yes,
steam coming out of
I
here.
know.
Get out of here.
Look at that.
I have to get
Oh,
a
look
piece
at
of that. Yeah, wow.
We're
that.
breaking
That's
out
way
the
to do
fourth
it.
headset today. That's what
Great
that's
producer
what you call
does.
a bonus holiday edition. This is right out of the oven,
Holy
hot
moly.
and delicious and
Yeah,
beautiful.
well, that's,
Take a piece of mayo's here.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's on fire.
Neki Mohan is going to be digging into. Wow, I see steam rising for that.
Yeah.
Steam
Literally,
Right out of the oven.
Right out of
Took
the
'em
oven.
out myself.
It's been a long time since
Yeah, put a
I've
little
had one
cream
that
cheese
right.
in it.
You
It'll
got
melt
a
on
little
you.
cream cheese. You
Then
got a
about
little.
the cream
You could
cheese.
be like Mayo with the arteries.
And then you put
That's
this.
great.
No
Oh,
one could be like
and
that.
that's what I call a great fresh bite.
so
Saucy.
Fantastic.
there you go.
Wow.
You got, and did you
That's
get a
the
little
best.
there, Defo? You want?
It
a little
needs
cream
nothing.
cheese?
It needs nothing. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna I gotta try this too. Why not?
You're a Nova man anyway.
Oh, look
Mayo.
at that! That is literally.
That was always a dream come true to walk into any bagel shop and have the bagels coming right out of the oven.
Yeah.
Just absolutely amazing.
I mean, everyone seems to be enjoying it. This place is packed.
Yeah.
This is our first time here for me.
Mm.
So I had to get you the hottest bagels and the best
Thank you
Nova I
so
could
much.
get you.
Thank you so much.
Unbelievable.
So good.
They bake them fresh all day, every day. This is, I'm a Brooklyn boy. He grew up in Canarsie. That's where he cut his teeth baking bagels. And this is the closest place to that real New York,
Very nice.
bagel where you get the big, hefty, good chew, crusty on the outside,
Lubie's
and you get
diving
this beautiful sliced Nova, which
Oh,
is
it's
from
amazing.
Shout out Lubie
the
on
finest of places.
You
Oh,
don't
no,
eat Nova?
No, we're good.
I'm not a big Nova guy. No.
He was
Never
never
did
a
anything for me.
fish guy.
White
Now,
fish,
before I
gefilte
eat
fish,
mine,
Nova,
I'm gonna give
No?
you
all a scratch for me. Yeah.
the way I do
You're like my wife.
my potato lacus.
Look
And
at this guy,
excuse my
man.
reach, but here.
You're the guy that combined everything in the
There you go.
lunchroom.
No,
at
I
school.
can't
you
do
can't
that.
do
No.
it?
That
I
That's
could,
against-
but it's yours. You made it. You eat it. Go ahead.
All right, because that's how I eat my.
He doesn't want
latkes
you
at
touching
home.
his food.
Oh, I know
Food here's
that.
great. I mean, that's all you can
Hold
say.
on. I
No,
got a
it's really
buyer right
good.
here. There he is.
Oh wow.
I mean, that's why we like being part of the show is that you highlight locally owned restaurants who take a real pride in the plates they serve. Because
love
that's how
it
you
here.
can taste authentically the destination.
Fantastic.
Now you guys, you opened this place, reopened it, and renovated, and totally spiffy in
I'm
here.
here, buddy.
It's been about 18
I
months.
don't know if you had the headset. Yeah.
I'm good.
You can check. Yeah.
I'm watching this young lady
Yeah.
eat.
Oh
It's
yeah,
nice.
Nikki loves. She's. I think.
I want to
digging
watch
the bagel.
the cream cheese melt for
Oh
her.
yeah,
good.
this is great.
But
I came here hungry.
as you head into your second season, is this location been everything that you could ask for?
I can't ask for more. The people are really, really nice here. I'll tell you. Not every neighborhood is as nice as this one that comes here. I'll tell you.
Yeah, this is a special place.
This neighborhood really feels like very close to how it always has been.
Really?
It feels like
But
not
I've
much
never
has
been
changed.
here, so for me,
Yeah, I mean, I like what they did with City Hall, that like little area. Hotel Dello next door. They talked a lot about you guys when we did a site visit there the other day.
All
Very
right.
nice little hotel.
yeah,
Hotel
we have a great
Dello.
rapport with them.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah,
people.
yeah. They offer a quality experience, and they only do dinner, so this makes sense, right? They do a little bit of breakfast.
Do they do dinner over there?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
I think they
knew
do
that.
dinner, and I
Perfect
think they do a
for
little
me. I
breakfast.
just
Yeah.
do breakfast and
Now,
lunch.
there's a reason why Dania has been my hometown for 30 years, and it's because
Other
I love
than you
it
can't
here.
afford to move anywhere else.
No, it's because it's close enough to the beach, which is where you want to be if you're living
Truth
in
is coming
South
out,
Florida.
Mayo.
And it's conveniently located to everywhere: the airport, the port, 95, 595. You could get anywhere relatively quickly, but right here you have some of the great eateries. I mean, Grandpa's in its past days was great, and now in its new incarnation, it's even better.
Incomparable. It really is good.
And I've
Yeah.
got
So good.
Jackson's Ice Cream across the street where we were earlier this year.
You got Bake
And
Shack.
I've got relatives working there now. I've got Bake Shack and
Big
Keith.
Shack, nice man.
Oh, Keith is
Let me
great.
tell you,
Another,
he's a nice guy.
He is. Yeah.
they
He
help
really
each other
is.
out in the restaurant business.
I
Here.
still need to meet him in person, though.
You haven't?
No.
Go there in the first thing in the morning. You'll
He's
meet
there?
him. Mhm.
He's there at 3 a.m.
He's a
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
But
I go there after the bus stop.
Yeah, Nikki's a fan.
I
and-
drop off at 6 a.m. and then I go there.
It's so nice. Whenever he has something that he needs to tell me, he watches out for us.
Good.
He's
Yeah.
been around a long time.
the
so.
Dania community.
Community matters.
It's good. And Mundi's restaurant, Concadora restaurant. I think Will and Joyce Mundi, they've been in here. I've met them in here. You probably don't know them, but they have this little Italian place that's been there for years. So it's good. It's still got a good neighborhood
You
feel.
ever go to that homemade
And-
pasta store?
I've been into the Victoria Original. They got the coffee. They
The
got
other
the
one,
pasta.
the guy
Oh,
who
the other-
makes just pasta.
Yeah, they got Three Sons Brewing where we've been.
Love
so-
that place.
And Defo, he always says, "Oh, we got to go to Dania again." I said, "There's good stuff."
No, it's
here.
a nice, look, we've been to several places here, including Grandpa's now many, many times, and you can't beat it. I mean, if you're looking for good food, this is a good spot.
And I forgot.
And what you always say, it's close to Mayo's house. You know what I mean?
Well,
Very
I mean,
convenient for
We
my
know
Mayo.
how he works. Believe me.
Well, when we bring in all our groups, like, or for team competitions, whatever, this is where the students and the student groups can afford to stay, right? So it's nice to know they have quality, affordable options.
Yeah,
That's
no,
great.
well, I mean, it's we're not as luxe as some of the South Beach or Fort Lauderdale Beach, but it's down home feeling. And I forgot to mention my friends, the Studiali family out at Tropical Acres, which is Dania Beach also.
Plus on South
Griffin
Beach, that's a
Road.
$20 bagel. I mean,
This
Yeah.
$1.50
Yes,
if you
it
pick it
is.
up at the counter. in the
At
morning.
that price, I'll deliver.
Oh, I think we're out of time. but,
pretty much did
so
it. Ran the table.
I had so
Thankfully,
much
not out
fun
of
this
food.
time. I can't believe it went so
well,
fast.
when
I
Nick
know.
is here, everybody has fun. When it's just me, it just
I
repulses.
think
It's
you
like,
got to
oh my
become
God.
a regular, Nikki. I gotta tell
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing things.
I
tearing
promise
up
the
with my
bagels
hands.
will be hot every time you come.
Oh my
How's that?
goodness.
Beautiful.
That's good. Oh man. Well, that's
So
But I can't promise that all the time to these guys.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh,
We got the
man.
day olds.
No, we never get the day olds. It's always freshly
Listen, when
baked.
I was
We
in
love
college, I
Grandpa's.
survived on day old. So.
But man, come on out, Grandpa's. No matter which holiday you celebrate,
Great spot.
Hanukkah
Wow.
this Sunday. Come out, get your latkes, and they are great latkes. I would eat those
Thank
all
you.
day.
Those were fantastic.
I won't put the Nova on it anymore. Dependently.
No. I would have ate it, but I had Nova yesterday. You know?
Okay, all right. Oh, you're limited. Everybody's
I'm
watching
limited.
their salt intake being much healthier than I am. But come on out, Grandpa's. Again, it's right off of Federal Highway, just south of Dania Beach Boulevard. I think it's Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach,
Yep.
also known as Monroe Udell Street. In
Yeah, I don't know
honor-
what that is.
Yeah,
That was
Monroe
no,
Udell.
I know
Jackson's.
that's another street that they comes up when I go to the city.
No,
That's the
Monroe
owner
was
of
the founder
Jackson's.
of Jackson's, who passed
Yeah.
about probably 8 or 9
wow.
years ago. Linda is his daughter that runs
Yeah.
Jackson's
Right, I
now.
met her.
But
She's nice.
Monroe, great human being, pioneer, really, progressive for his time, and so they named the street in his honors, and that's where you'll find Grandpa's Bakery and Deli. Come on out, get all your Hanukkah fixins, Christmas, New Year's, whatever you want. Get deli meats, get the matzo ball
So good.
soup if you're nursing a cold. I got to bring some home for my mom's
Oh,
health
yeah,
aid.
yeah. I'm
She's
going to
nursing
get in
a
on
cold,
it, too.
and we love Grandpa's. Come on out, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. Mark,
Happy Hanukkah,
Happy
everybody.
holidays,
Defo,
everybody.
I hope your foot gets better. Lubie,
It's working.
thanks for everything.
It's working.
Remember to enjoy every potato latkes and enjoy every bagel and enjoy every sandwich.